Senator, how are you? Representative, congratulations.
Thank you. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Heavy.
Hey, long time no see. There you go.
Right over there.
Jim. Mr. Speaker, would you like to say a word before I pen this?
You change your mind if I say it? I'm getting a little nervous.
Doubtful.
Do I have to convince you more?
No, God, no.
Okay, all right, as long as we're here for the right reason. First of all, a sincere thank you to so many folks who had something to do with this legislation being passed. You know, back in 2014 when we began this process and began the process of having the strongest gun legislation than there is in the United States. And I think the statistics has shown that Massachusetts is the safest state in the country when it comes to gun violence. And now to add on to that, with the passage of this law that the governor will be signing very, very shortly, I think extends the lead in terms of what Massachusetts does to try to stop gun violence. It is our role, I think, as legislators, and I think the governor will agree that we not only want to be the safest place in the country, we want to be the safest place in the world. And that's what I think that this bill will help us do if we're not there already. A sincere thank you to our friends in the Senate, Majority Leader Cream, Senator President-elect Spilka, to all the rest of the members of the Senate here. A special thank you to also to the members of the House. Jeff Sanchez, I see here, Representative Driscoll, and one lady who I'd like to really thank is the lady who was the sponsor of this legislation, and that's Representative Marjorie Decker, who did a tremendous job. And also, well, is that because I used your name? And also special thank you to the chair of the committee, Chairman Naughton, as well as Representative Linsky. To the Munders demanding action. I see the doctor here, obviously the Police Chiefs Association, and all of the groups who had the advocacy was unbelievable relative to this, and a special thank you to our students, I think, who really were important in making this happen. I had the opportunity to meet with the students from Parkland, and I can't tell you how impressive they were, but the students here from Massachusetts, I think, who made their voices loud and clear that we needed stronger gun laws in our state. And Governor, thank you very much, because I think this is just another example of us working on a bipartisan effort to get things done and make Massachusetts the state that it is. Thank you, sir.
Would you like to say a word, Representative?
Governor, I want to say thank you for being with us here today, and to the Speaker, whose courage, and it has become an act of courage to speak out on common sense gun laws. And he started that in 2014, and it's not a coincidence that we have the lowest gun fatalities in the country. It's leadership. So thank you, Mr. Speaker. To my colleagues in the House, Chairman Sanchez, thank you for always being there. You've just been a great stalwart of support for me. To Senator Cream, what a dream to work with.
The dream team. There you go. Thank God.
And Senator Spilka and my colleagues in the Senate, just to say thank you. And I want to say a special thank you. We have a student here from CRLS, Gracie, who's been an activist at Range. But to law enforcement, thank you for standing with me and asking us to stand with you and bring this forward. That your voices and the courage that you show every day, I hope you feel appreciated in us moving this legislation forward, because that's what it means. And just to say that this is an honor of all those who've lost their lives, when we know that a red flag law could have actually prevented a suicide or saved another mass shooting. And the irony to go home the day that we enacted this and to watch the news and hear people in Maryland talk about the need of a red flag as journalists lost their lives and were gunned down. I just say it's important that we do this. It matters. It makes a difference. And thank you for covering the story. And to the journalists who are here, it's clear that you also have to show an act of faith and courage every day in doing the reporting that you do. And I hope that this is a law that will keep all of us safer. Thank you.
Madam Chair, would either of you like to speak?
I defer to
Thank
the
you.
Dream Queen.
Wow, I'm going to use that in my election. So thank you very much. What a way to celebrate Independence Day. This is really, I also want to thank a few people. I did want to thank Senator Michael Moore, who chaired the committee and worked so hard on this bill. And Senator Will Brownsberger, our judiciary guru, who checks everything over before it goes. And I wanted to thank the Senate President, Senate President Chandler, and my wonderful friend, Senate President Spilka, Senate-elect. So what's really special about this is that in a time when people really don't appreciate how much you can get done if you work together, we work together in a bipartisan way, but we want to show the world that you can work better when you work together, and that doesn't happen at the national level. And it was an honor to work across the aisle, and it's an honor to have you sign this bill today. But it's also great to see all the young people, for them to understand that there is a power to their voice. This is just sort of the beginning, and to the moms, no kidding. If you start with the moms and you start with the kids, you can get anything accomplished, because we don't stand by and let things happen. And to all the people who we hope their lives will be better by the passage of this bill, the tools that we gave to public safety so they can see when someone is a risk to themselves and a risk to others. So there's a twofold test here. Are they a risk to themselves, and are they a risk to others? This has been some time coming, but it is a great bill, and I'm really proud to stand here with you all, and my friend here who's done yeoman's duty. Thank you.
I think I'm going to sign this. Okay with that, Mr. Speaker?
All right, okay.
Let me just say, first of all, that Massachusetts does have very strong common sense gun laws. And I have said to many of my colleagues in other state capitals that running the license to carry process through the chiefs of police is unusual but effective. And I have urged many of them to pursue a similar strategy. And the chiefs of police voice in this discussion, along with the voice of the moms and the advocates and so many others, was really important on this. And I do believe we're probably the only state in the country that's both outlawed bump stocks and passed an ERPO legislation, which says that even in a state like ours, which has made tremendous progress on this issue, when there's more to do, we do it. And we do it in a way that gives everybody a chance to be heard. And I really appreciate that, and I especially appreciate everybody's presence here today. You give one to knock?
Yes.
Who's the ringleader? The moms. And that's a done deal, folks. All right.